Okay, so this is the parcel that's just come in today. That's a whole bunch of Pokemon cards for my daughter and I to start unboxing. She's at school at the moment, and I figure I better start documenting this process. Let's move this slightly out of the way, and we can talk about what we actually bought. And hopefully, it's legitimate. I'm very suspicious based on the listing on eBay so far. The buyer has been a little bit problematic to deal with. So if I share what my concerns have been, I'll just open up my PC, turn off that, close our camera. So this is the listing on eBay that we have bought. It was an auction and we won it a couple of weeks ago and we've been waiting for it to arrive. Quite a few nice cards in here from memory. This is the only one, this is the first time we've done this and we thought it'd be pretty fun. It has a whole series of base collection cards. They've been listed on eBay with the description of whoever wins the bid gets all these cards. Good luck. The condition was near mint or better, and he stated that as well when I asked him a question. When I won, I put through a message saying, "Can I please have it sent express? We're going out on holidays in about 10 days' time." And we just had a bit of backwards and forwards. I said, "Hey, did you see my message about the payment and the request for shipping to go out express? And we paid the extra. Can you confirm how this was sent by any chance?" He said, "It was posted out today. I've paid extra to have it tracked. You should hopefully get it next week." And I said, "Hope so. We're flying out soon," because I'd mentioned that previously in my message. "You'll get it 100%. You have my word. It's super wrapped up, all nice in plastic foam in a protection in a big box." I said, I asked to pay for them to be sent express given we are leaving in 2 days, which was like, I think I sent him this message a few days in when it hadn't arrived yet. And he said, "Hey, I sent it through Australia Post, bro, and sent you the tracking number. Also, you should get it any day." And I said, "I'm confused why you're ignoring the part of me requesting it to be sent express though." And he said, "Hey mate, I did send it express. You should have it soon today as it was a public holiday in Victoria. You'll get your cards, bro. I promise. You have nothing to stress about." And then I said, "Thanks, bud. I didn't read anywhere in the chat log that you confirmed express. That was my only concern." And then I said, "Thanks a bunch." Unfortunately, I don't have the timestamps on this eBay chat. But pretty much the day before we were flying out, I called up Australia Post, and Australia Post said no, it wasn't actually sent express. And we could also see at the start of this video, it was just sent via normal parcel post from Victoria. So it took over 10 days to get here, and we flew out. So it's actually been sitting at my local post office for over a week. Unfortunately, it didn't get sent back. And the other problem was our courier didn't leave a letter, so we had to try and find out when it was actually delivered and which post office it was sent to. But anyway, that's another story. So I said, we just got off the phone to Australia Post, and they said it wasn't express. And then he said, "Mate, I express posted this. You have the tracking number. You'll see when it arrives." So in my prime message, I did say I've actually spoken to Australia Post, and they said it hasn't been sent express. I said, "Do you have any proof?" And he said, "Mate, I'm just a seller, not the post, not Australia Post. You will get your cards, like I said to you 3 times already." So he's telling me he sent it express. He didn't. So all these things are a little bit shady. I'm like, what's going to be inside this box if he's lying about how he sent the product? And I pretty much went on to say, I asked if you had sent it express. You said you had. Australia Post said you hadn't. So essentially, either you are telling me a furphy or Australia Post is. And we can see on the box, there was no express label on here, so he definitely lied. He said, I can't... Anyway, his response to me saying... because I requested for it to be sent express. Every customer has the right to ask for it to be sent express and pay extra. And he says, "I can't control when you will receive your products, mate, but I can tell you one thing, you'll definitely be receiving them. So stop worrying, mate." Like, no consideration for me as a customer when I'm saying, "Hey, I'm about to leave, and I could be leaving for a month, and I wanted this express." But anyway, I'm happy that I've got the parcel now. No, I didn't. And he was telling me to tell people to go pick it up for me, yada yada. But at the end of the day, me being the customer, I shouldn't have to do what he says. I'm trying to say this is, I was hoping to have it express so we can, pick it up ourselves, not have me get my mum to go pick it up or something. For all he knows, I don't have any family where I live, can't make these assumptions. Just simply, if the customer asks for something, just do what they say. If you can. He never even responded. He just told me that he did send it express and blatantly lied. So let's see if I can turn off this display caption now. Might have it as reference and to see, are all these cards actually in here? There's a heap of like Brilliant Stars, Articunos. I'm heaps intrigued to see, the condition of all of these. There's some, base sets, Shadow Venusaurs, Raichus, Blastoises. I've been pretty excited to see, how good this set is. Hopefully none of it's fake. Otherwise I'll be logging a claim pretty quick smart. Okay, so let's see, I can get back to my other camera. So this is how it was taped. Look, it's not the worst tape. It's a bit weird using duct taping for packaging taping. I won't put my address on cam, but once again, you can see here, this is the shipment. Australia Post, Parcel Post, nothing express about this. I don't know if we've got autofocus on that. Yes, we do. And let's cut it up. So I've got some sleeves at the ready. Got this box. Keyboard out the way. This rusty Stanley knife ready to go. Oh, my daughter's going to be excited. We also have a little website that we're running called cards2u.com.au to sell on-sell cards that we have that are in mint condition and we can confidently sell on and not mislead people. I am very much wondering if these near mint cards, he said, in his messages to me, he said they're mint or near mint. That's, to me, that sort of means freshly pulled from a pack and put straight into a sleeve. I'm still learning the terminology, but that's what I would be listing if I'm selling on my website. I'm saying freshly sleeved from an open pack, near mint. And then the only damage that could take place thereof is from factory print scratches, factory print, whatever you call it, factory print defects along the way. So we've got a bunch of bubble wrap. I'll just pull to the sides. It says it was well packed in a box. So, this is what I've pulled out, and none of the cards in here have actually, so far, with this camera, oh my gosh, it's just loose cards, so that's disappointing. They should have been taped up inside those booster boxes. I'm just going to pull them out one by one. So obviously he's put a bunch of cards in this booster box and he's just thrown it in there and all the cards are falling out. So no doubt they're going to have some damage in them. But, that's okay if they're just the commons, uncommons. I can sift through that. That's fine. That's how one of the booster boxes is coming out as. Looks like we've got a whole bunch of Brilliant Stars that he's collected. Looks like a legitimate pack to me, which is great. Once again, a whole bunch of commons and uncommons that have been floating around. Even though they've been flying around loosely inside this box. Check this out. Let's move this camera a bit. Oh, it's just the commons and uncommons that have been packed like that. Let's just pull them out bit by bit. There's no way that he's packed any of the, the hollows, the rares like that. Just pulling them out. They actually do look to be in good condition, other than the fact they were shipped very poorly. Most of these cards don't look like they've had heavy play usage. Wow. It's a Trainer Gallery 9 just sitting there. I definitely would be sleeving all my Trainer Gallery cards. They're typically quite good. Even in the early Trainer Galleries, they're $5 each. Yeah. Worth more than most of your hollows, reverse hollows. of your common, uncommon variety, that is. Now, I'm just going to keep pulling all these cards out. Let's see if I can turn this box around so we can get a little bit more on camera. It's a lot of brilliant stars that I'm seeing so far. Once again, you know, horrendously packed there. There's the focal. So this is $1,400 pack. Oh gosh. It's just put the Pikachu large VMAX card just up against the back. So scratched to no end. No love for that card whatsoever from him. None of these cards have had sufficient attention. That's horrible. Look at those. Yeah, that's so bad. How hard would it have been to actually just put those cards in, put a bit of, you know, grad wrap around them or something just to keep them in place. Once again, at least they're just a little bit of added extra bulk. It's not, you know, the prime value of what this pack was supposed to have. I'm not going to, you know, give these heaps of attention just yet, these cards. I'll process them later. Wow. Alright, so this one looks much more promising though. He has one of these 25th anniversary Pokemon card boxes, and it's quite heavy, which is very promising. The rest of this box is empty, just packing material, which is nice. At least it's got packing material bottom and top. It was just the bulk cards that were not looked after very well. I'm sort of, yeah, keeping this in. Let's move this camera around. Just trying to make sure that this is all captured for documentation proof, even in case I do have issues. Yeah, look, these also weren't stored very well, for sure. For sure, not good. And like, why would you have this screw in here? Why would you have metal sitting alongside? Like, what on earth is this? Why is this inside a box with Pokemon cards? What are we doing here? That was sitting right there. I'm baffled. I am absolutely baffled. You know, it makes me sort of question the quality of some of these cards. You know, they have some of them been damaged by the loose screw. What on earth is that? I mean, there's a cap to it now as well. I don't know once again what that was doing, but Pikachu, definitely not near mint on that one. It's like got a lot of wear. I might need to turn on autofocus on this. Those edges are scuffed up to no end. Okay, so Pikachu, not that great. Raichu, just sitting there exposed, no sleeve. Raichu, Japanese Pikachu, I'm not sure the value of that one. Japanese Pikachu, not sure the value of this one either, but okay, I'm just going to quickly change the setting on my camera. This is not great by me. Let's see if I can turn on autofocus. Or I'll just, for now, focus it to this height and see about there. I'll do that. Just knowing that I have to lift up the card to show it on camera. I'm just checking. Yeah, there's a lot of scratches. This is not even remotely close to near mint. This card is terribly scratched. And try and focus. Okay, so near mint, not good for this. None of these cards, from what I can see, just from memory and what I'm learning, are really worth all that much so far. When it gets to the more high value cards, I think maybe we're talking to $5 in the Shaman. Looks. Let's see if I can get lighting a bit better in here. Let's see what happens when I turn off this light. Is it too much light? Nope. Let's just change the brightness a little bit less. But this one to me looks quite reasonable. I should put this all into a price chart to get a rough idea. Yep. I mean, Shaman checks out. So that's good to see. We have some cards that are coming in quite nicely. Surfing Pikachu is not the best card, so I won't bother interrogating that. Umbreon VMAX. This is definitely a good hit. I mean, we know we're in the box now, so I might just bring this up and see what I'm trying to work with here. So let's just gently pull this out and see what our Umbreon VMAX is looking like. This is a great card. And if anyone has any tips on the best sort of camera gear, you know what, I might see, once again, is there change this camera option, autofocus for me, see if I can find it. Can I find it? I have found manual focus. We're going to single shot autofocus, automate autofocus. Let's see what that's like. This operation or setting not available as manual exposure. Interesting. I cannot turn on that form of auto. Okay, maybe we can open up aperture. You know what? Maybe I'll just use manual focus with my hands. That might be the easiest way. Try to play around with lighting just a little bit more. Just ask card. Let's make the screen a little bit bigger so I can get a true appreciation on the quality of this recording. Okay, that's looking pretty good on camera. Nice print, front and back, well looked after. Little minute imperfections that I also see just coming straight out of factory. So Umbreon VMAX, that's pretty good so far. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna put all my cards that have been stored sufficiently. Might have like my high quality pile to the left. I'll just gently stack them over here. And the stuff I'm not 100% confident about as to whether they're of value or not, or also their condition is not the greatest, I might just put them down here. Actually, really bad condition, we'll put further down here. Not sure's in the middle, bad condition, good condition. Definitely going to put that in the not sure pile. I'm just going to go through finding the stuff that I'm more so confident at face value what they're worth. And that's horrendous. This card is shocking. None of these are spectacular. Condition is hit and miss. Beautiful. I'll start watching through the Streamlab instead, so it's a little bit crispier. So I'm just gonna be gentle with these. Some of them I'm really not sure on their value, but I've mostly been spending my time on Brilliant Stars of late, so I still need to learn some of these. Whimsicott's not that amazing. It's also got like not too bad condition, to be honest. No, it's got scratches all over the back. Bad condition, I'm going to throw that down there. Kingler, I mean, not in sleeves. Like, how could... Scratches all over the back once again. It's like reasonable cards, but just not stored. No attention to... No care for those. put them in the not sure pile. Let's see if we can get to some better cards. I mean, this is a 1,400 Australian, 1,000 US equivalent. Some of these, I'm probably going to try and just focus on the cards that are more confidently. If they're unsleeved, I'm just going to put them in the bad pile, and they can be manually interrogated later. And yeah, the ones I'm not confident about, I'm going to put in this pile as to whether they're actually of $10 or above value. Whimsicots, I don't believe are typically that strong, but we'll see. Agron VMAX. These are great. Just a typical strong sort of 10 to 15 US dollar sort of card. Does look like it might have some scratches, or it might just be the sleeves. So I'm just going to pull some of these out and see, have they been stored in sleeves straight fresh from packs? To me, oh, hang on, I've got to focus on the camera, don't I? This looks great in real life to me. And it's scratched along the back. No good. Terrible. Terrible. How do I show this? It's just like I can see strong, prominent white lines in how these cards have been stored, pulled out. It's just rough. Like a good quality card that should be appreciated. It's just been poorly handled. So to me, the front face is looking great, once again, similar to the last card, but the back was all scratched. Little minute scratches down here. Not really of good enough quality for me to say sell as a near mint. What is this? A straight scratch all the way down there. So this is a little bit of a fun project with my daughter and I, and we'll sort of see where we take it from here. This is definitely timely, trying to sort of process cards that aren't fresh out of packs. So you really do want to buy a bulk lot from an unreputable seller that has a lot of good pulls, and you sort of hope some of them come back really strong. In this instance, like this is, to me, just glancing over it with my eyes, really strong back. Print is relatively centered. Minute scratches, very minute, like faint as that. I would sort of put it down to factory personally. So this, I would say, is a nice. So I almost need like another pile, which is that I've inspected, and I'm really confident in them being high quality. But maybe I'll just chuck them all over there for now, and I'll do a secondary review on that before we ever consider selling them. We'll just simply hold on to them for long term. Yeah, I'm not sure about some of these cards, so I'm not sure, so I'm going to go straight there. Bad scratches apparent on the case, but the card is quite nice. Okay, I don't know what this is worth, so I'll put that into for later. I won't go ahead and Google a lot of this on stream. Okay, another nice card. Let's do a quick inspection. This time I'll do it much quicker. Fluff appearing. No, there's faint scratches on the back, which looks to me like mishandling, like they've put cards on top of cards and they've slid around. So I'm not happy with that. Surfing Pikachu VMAX is not worth the most to me. Japanese Raichu, I don't know the value. You know what, I almost need to have a pile of don't really care about them right now. And also I don't know their quality. There's so many cards in here that are good card, like relatively good cards. Like an Aggron VMAX that didn't even get sleeved. And I'm hesitant to scratch them myself. I'm just going to chuck them down there. And I don't want to bother sleeving them just yet until I've inspected them either, to get an idea on, you know, if they're a really good value, need to go in a rigid, or where are they going. Right, I might just try and get through some more of this bulk, get past the 25th cards. So we've got some Arceus VMAXs. See, this is in a rigid. Like, this is nice. Sorry, just a V. Charizard V. Let's try and get through and maybe just focus on the best of the best. Is this Action Company? Mewtwo Strikes Back. Let's change our focus. So we've got a bunch of rigid cases. Mewtwo Strikes Back. Interesting. Not sure what to think about that. Go on to the don't know pile yet. So a bunch of rigids now we're going to be looking at. I'm going to have to interrogate them more later. I'm really intrigued about these cards. I have no idea. They've got so many scratches on them, and I'm just thinking it's just from the rigids. But it's like, how did you scratch your rigids so much? Like, the rigids are horrendous. Check that out. Is that on the card? Like, let's just have a quick look-sees. Fortunately, they have sleeved inside the rigid. So I'm just going to see if I can possibly... Don't know the best technique to remove these. I've sort of just been pinching the ends of the case so the card just can sort of fall out. The internal sleeve is also apparently heavily scratched, which, yeah, it's just the sleeve so far. Card actually looked pretty good. I mean, there's definitely faint scratches all over it. Pretty good is completely wrong. But like a card like that, got a lot of scratches on it. I said pretty good, but looking at it now, it's like got a lot of scratches on it. Why did it go in a rigid case? Bizarre. Why waste your time with these? I mean, maybe it was a kid, but I mean, this guy was rude. And then was he selling it for his kid? Didn't get the backstory there. I'm going to review these later. Look, the cards did actually arrive. They do look legitimate to me. They don't look like fake prints. It's just my ongoing effort is going to be, you know, evaluating, are these actually near mint cards? And probably putting into a spreadsheet later on when I get a chance, get time to get a spreadsheet with a lookup that I can just start plotting in the numbers of each of the cards and prioritizing the granular review on the quality of each card based on their numerical value. Like if it's a high value card, $100, I should go over it with a fine tooth comb and store it appropriately. It's impossible to actually evaluate the quality of these cards when they're in these rigid cases and sleeves, because all of these sleeves and cases are scratched to the nth degree. I might just... Yeah, gee, okay. This is my pile that needs to be reviewed later in more detail. Unions I won't bother about because they're just not worth that much. Once again, another exposed card. Sleeveless. Pikachu's Vacation. No idea. I don't know whether to be happy about this pack or not. There's definitely some cool cards in here, but I probably just would have, I don't know, maybe found it better just to keep buying some booster boxes and unpacking them. At least you know you're going to get cards that are crisp and you put them straight in and you care for them yourself. But the benefit of this is I was getting some cards across different ranges that I haven't, or different sets that I haven't managed to accumulate just yet. So these are great cards, the Arceus Vs. So I'm just gently tapping them. We should be even more gentle. Check that out, like an Arceus V that doesn't even have a case. That's crazy. Cause that's a good value card. I'm rattled. So a lot of these just need to be inspected for quality before we're confident as to how good this pull is. I might do this in a subsequent video. So this is just a quick unboxing for making sure that this is not a whole bunch of fakes or an empty box that was sent to me. I'm just processing cards that haven't actually been in sleeves down here. And they're all put in like, you know, different orders, upside down. Another nice Arceus. And I apologise that I'm missing a bunch probably here that I don't appreciate their value from different series yet. Another one, nice condition up, you know, without going under the fine tooth comb. That looks like a lot of these cards look really nice. I'm just not 100% sure their value. It's good to see that's been sleeved. No idea. I think I need a couple of piles. I've got to work through this better later. Think of a proper system. An Arceus V, another Arceus V that's nice, but actually put into a rigid case. You know, I have to wonder, is it actually going to be better? This looks like an alternate art single strike Urshifu VMAX, which I don't believe I've got, so that's great. Hopefully that's in great condition. Top is exposed, so I'm suspicious that top edge is not going to be great. A break card. I'm not sure how great this particular one is. Oh my goodness, this is so much to get through. What have I done? I don't know, I'm about to go interstate as well for work. No sleeves. So many nice cards without sleeves. What is this? A gold Dragonite. Case looks terribly scratched. I don't know what a Dragonite's worth. Mate, there's more screws everywhere. That's probably from a, what do you call it? Card container of some form. Dragonite. It looks really nice to me so far, which is great. Dragonite EX. Even the back's pretty good. There's a slight, very ever so gentle scratch. What is that? It is faint scratches. None of not perfect. I mean, what can you expect from 1,400? But some good cards here. Wow. So look, looks to be a legitimate seller, just doesn't legitimately care about the cards. Charizard V-Star. That is cool. Okay. Let's bring this up. I need to quickly take a look. Display capture. Screen across. Spit hand. TCG player. Stars. This looks to me like the chase card. It's not the straightest print. Yeah, it is the chase. It's the second chase card. It's not the alternate. Nice to stabilize, about 150 mark. We don't have a perfect central print, that's for sure. See, we're off to the side a bit. And, you know, such a good card. Let's open this up with some tender love and care and hope that he's stored this better than he has with the other ones. Please, 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 please. Gently. So that's just on. So the facade at the front of it has no damage just yet. There is so much dust and dirt inside this case that it was in. It's like he's reusing sleeves or something, so I'm just going to grab a fresh sleeve. Sorry if I'm not looking after some of the cards as you would expect, the ones that I haven't appreciated the value for. This Charizard is actually really nice on the front. Oh, please, someone send me tips on the best way to look at these cards up close. I would love to know. What lenses, what lighting environment. And then we look at the back. So I'm just glancing over it myself. Really nice. Just gently holding it. The back's okay. Yeah, not the best centering. Minute scratches once again, like looks like scratches from putting in and out of the sleeve. I was as gentle as I can, but if you're reusing sleeves, there's most likely dirt that's been accumulated in them. So I would just always use a freshie and just be as gentle as possible when inserting a sleeve. So mine are all fresh, straight from the supply. So be real careful with that Charizard. I wish it was perfect. Another. This is the 18. It's not the best value of the Charizards, no. Back to the side, the later review. Just not high enough value to sort of pull up. Printing centering is woeful on this thing. Look at this guy. That's so bad, you'd have to wonder it's fake. Well, it looks really bad to me. I don't actually know that series. It looks horrendous. 25th generation Venusaur, no good. Venusaur, it's not worth that much. Some nice trainer gallery cards for sure. Questionable quality, who knows? Gonna have to unpack each one manually. More of these supposed rares, but they're all scratched, unsleeved. Ugh, just a nightmare to think of. These packs like induce a bit of stress that they're just, people get upset on stream if you ruin a cheap and nasty card. I can sort of see where they're coming from now, like especially if you're looking at some really nice cards that have been mishandled. Yeah, these you can tell they haven't even been used to play the game. They've just simply been not cared for well. No sleeves on half of these. Put them down to this pile. Another Charizard V. Another 25th. Top is once again just sticking out. So it's getting scratched in storage. It's yeah, a bit sickening. Okay, getting back to some classics. This is very cool to see. It's hard to get classic cards in good condition. So like, if many of these are in great condition, I'll be pretty stoked. This is going back to when I first started collecting cards. Yes, fortunately, this has been stored in a rigid case and in a sleeve, so that's a good positive thumbs up. Not just straight into the rigid case, which I believe is more likely to scratch your card. Okay, so it's definitely a lot of smudges, crimpling in the top corner. It's like the corners have been cut or something, or is this just how they looked? Yeah, this is like a, I don't know, PSA 4 or something. Nonetheless, I'll give this one a fresh sleeve. it's been very played with. It's got some tender love and care. Fair enough. I guess that's that whole misleading element of listing on eBay, mint or near mint. Like, what is that? Like, how are you selling me a whole bunch of rares and telling me they're all mint or near mint when, in actual fact, like, look at these cards. It is just great. You know, if I'm going to compare it to mint or not or near mint, this holo is scratched to the max, to the V max. Oh my gosh. Hard to show on camera, but it's just a wash of scratches in all directions. It is a card that's been very much played. Oh, mate. Getting hot in here. Whew. Goodness me. Send me your critique. Oh, I'm trying to be gentle with these cards, but I just, you know, to what hope? Half these cards have not been cared for at all. Side. Let's look at these rigids. These are some good pulls, but I have to pull every single one out and put them under a fine light to see, you know, what are they? They're not mint or near mint in almost any circumstances. These are great cards. Really, really good cards. You know, worth between $50 and $100 if they were actually mint. I'm really happy that they've actually arrived and I've got them. Just not happy get the quality of how they've been stored. It's Gold Arceus V-Star, Gen, Pikachu, some more trainer gallery type cards that I'm not familiar with which series that comes from. Cool, Gold Energy, love it. So many cards I don't have here, so that's really cool. Alternate Art Mimikyu, I believe. 25th Celebrations Bulbasaur. Which 25th this is from? Because I didn't collect that in my most recent one. Woo! Getting hot in here. Okay. It looks like that's where the screws have come from. And, I mean, they're very long. It's almost like they get offset and mounted onto something. Dark Blastoise. Got this nice case. Hard acrylic case, but I can see underneath this card is scratched up. What is this? Why have you got a really nice case and a scratched up card? So misleading. Swallows, nine tails that looks to be from the original. It says copyright 1995. Print would have come out in 99, 98, 99. Oh, let's pull out some of these cards. I guess I'm just disappointed in the quality and the misleadingness of the listing. The listing didn't sell for heaps, but double sleeve, triple sleeve, very nice. Underlying card, let's take a look. Gentle in pulling it out. Just covered in scratches. The same story time and time again. Mate, this is a hard job, all of you Pokemon collectors that go through secondhand. Okay, that angle looks really nice. Can I show how bad this card is on camera? Oh, it's these horizontal scratches that are super present in real life. Not near mint. I mean, honestly, if all of these cards were near mint, I would have done very well. And that goes, I guess, with that whole classic of too good to be true sort of mentality. If the condition of these cards were as good as the seller had stated, then he would have put more effort into the listing. And I mean, it just goes to show. Yeah, based on my interaction with him via messaging and how little attention to detail he provided in regards to express posting and lying to me. Sort of just, yeah, makes you believe obviously the product that he's going to send out is mediocre, way less than what he said. I'm almost at the point that I can't even be bothered 25th June, looking at a lot of the cards that haven't been sleeved because they're just going to be scratched. Especially the ones that have been sleeved are so scratched. Like the best of the best cards that I was able to see, well, the ones I recognize, like take a look at this Dragonite. You know, his best cards are scratched, so why would his lesser quality cards not be scratched? You know, the Charizard V-Star has scratches on its back. Just gonna take a quick Google. This Dragonite looks really nice, but I'm not actually sure on its value. So we've got a Dragonite X 106. Just move the screen around a little bit. Okay. So for a card that it looked quite impressive, this is obviously pulled quite frequently from the XY series. I thought it might have been worth more. Nope. Brilliant Stars pulls look like they're worth more. I might just do a couple more inspections. You know, an Ultra Ball is definitely worth more than 15 US. Face of the card's quite nice, and the print of these cards are actually quite resilient in their design, so that would be sort of why these hollows to me would be better condition. But the back looks really nice as well, so I'm actually happy with this one. I'll give it a fresh sleeve, and this is the process I guess I need to do with each one. And I'll do a follow-up video on trying to ascertain how many were actually as in good condition as, say, this one. Little tiny bits of goop, though, or whatever this is. In the card, it's dust, I think. Yeah, this is dust. Almost need to give the cards all a bit of a dust over before I even put them into a new sleeve. These are all, good as nothing, going straight to the bin. Blastoise. How you doing, my Blastoise? Let's just take a look. You're in a fancy case. Question is, are you all that fancy? I think I bit off more than I could chew with this pack. Got too much work to go get done at the moment. And this is going to sit on the back burner, I think. So bad centering, unfortunately. Scratches all along the side. See some of those scratches there. And then all along this edge, it's just glistening with scratches. It's just looking real silver, like it's exposed the hollow film behind the image. So that's, to me, pretty ordinary. Dark Blastoise. Let's see what that supposed value is. If it was, say, mint. Heavily played hollow foil, 30 bucks. Light play, 50 bucks. I mean, it's got some value to it then, even with, heavy play. So it have to be near mint condition to, yeah, what we call that heavily played, misprinted. So it's probably a $20 card. Anyway, I think that'll probably be it for this stream. Let me just double check that I didn't go over too much. Yeah, there's too much here to process. That'll be it for this video. And the couriers has arrived. Thanks, guys. See ya.